Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm here, luxury real estate market expert. And today we've got to talk about the story that was just published by Business Insider with a very shocking headline. You haven't guessed it yet. This is where billionaires are buying property in 2025. Because I think this is such an important piece of information for all of us who live in the United States and want to understand where we're heading in terms of our economy and real estate prices. Stick with me until the end of the video when I'll share my expert analysis. Don't forget, if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe so you can stay up to date on the most recent luxury real estate news. Okay, let's get started. So what do we see? Business Insider came out with this story last week. It's been getting a lot of attention. But first, let's take a look at the map. What do we see? Billionaires are all over the place. Just kidding. This is not really a map of where billionaires actually are. This is a map of where billionaires are buying property in 2025. They're pouring money into Austin, Texas, Tampa, Florida, Boise, Idaho, Aspen, Colorado, Jackson, Wyoming, even to remote towns on the edge of civilization like Marfa, Texas, a former railroad stop turned art colony. Billionaires are moving into your neighborhood. When it comes to Miami, they're buying properties in Palm Beach, Indian Creek Village, which used to be known as Billionaires Bunker, worth about $24 million on average. It's in Los Angeles, they're buying in Bel Air and the flats around Beverly Hills. On the west side, billionaires are buying in Aspen, Snowmass, and in remote ski towns. In the northeast, they're focusing on Nantucket and Palm Beach, both locations worth about $24 million on average. When it comes to New York, they're purchasing properties in the Upper East Side, Tribeca, Soho, Greenwich, Connecticut, and they're also looking at the Hamptons. Of course, Las Vegas is on the list as well. And these are just the places where billionaires were active in the second half of 2023. What is driving this behavior? Well, billionaires' home buying preferences in 2025 aren't that different from yours or mine, although perhaps their budgets are a little bit higher. For instance, billionaires are seeking larger lots, maybe because they need space for their helicopters, or maybe a small landing strip for their private jets. Maybe some of them are getting ready for the gridlock, and they want a place to land their planes and a place to park their choppers. Who knows? Perhaps you and I will soon join them. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Another reason why billionaires are seeking larger homes and larger lots is probably due to the fact that they want to build smart homes of the future. As we know, smart homes require a lot of infrastructure, electrical, mechanical, and it might make sense to purchase a larger property with a larger lot to accommodate all of those things. In addition, some billionaires are definitely looking for second and third homes. Places that offer privacy and seclusion, which makes sense given what we saw recently in Hawaii. Some of them are relocating closer to family, which again, sounds very relatable. And finally, some billionaires are relocating closer to the office. Well, this doesn't sound so relatable, but after 2 years of working from home, we sort of understand how appealing it may be to move closer to work. So far, we've covered all of the reasons why billionaires are purchasing property. But now I would like to chat with you and learn from you. Please leave me a comment below and tell me what is your reason for purchasing property right now. Now let's continue with the show. According to the report, in the second half of 2023 alone, the ultra-rich spent $7 billion across 1,086 deals over $10 million. And that number is expected to grow in 2025. Okay, time for my expert analysis. I agree with everything that I read in this article. Let me add one more point to this. Luxury real estate market has become extremely competitive. Many homeowners no longer want to list their homes on the open market, and they prefer to quietly sell their properties to cash buyers. If you're rethinking about selling your luxury home and would like to avoid dealing with dozens of showings, with potential buyers and their agents, definitely consider reaching out to a luxury real estate expert. By the way, I am a luxury real estate expert, and I help sellers sell their homes quickly, beautifully, and for top dollar. Feel free to reach out to me as a potential buyer. And now let's discuss something very important. Okay, we talked about 1086 deals. Now let's talk about the entire U.S. housing market. In 2023, the real estate market saw fewer millionaire and billionaire home purchases compared to 2022. However, the amount of money spent increased significantly. The total value of high-end home purchases rose by 29% from the previous year, totaling $88.8 billion. What does this mean? This means that even though wealthy buyers were less active in the market, they were still willing to pay more when they found a property that they liked. Why? One of the main reasons is that luxury home prices remained steady in 2023 despite rising interest rates, which made a lot of headlines. But it wasn't always smooth sailing. Certain markets saw price drops while others held their ground. According to this report, Miami had the largest decrease in median listing price among the top 20 markets for millionaire and billionaire home purchases. Manhattan and Los Angeles experienced slight dips of 1.4% and 0.9% respectively. However, several markets saw price increases, including Dallas-Fort Worth with a whopping 31.6% increase. Okay, so here's what I think about this data. While it's true that prices have remained relatively stable on the surface, there's been a shift in buyer behavior. More and more cash buyers, including billionaires, are entering the market and they're paying top dollar for the properties. Sellers are increasingly choosing to list their homes for sale by owner or off-market. This allows them to avoid paying commissions, and they are receiving multiple offers even in a so-called down market. To demonstrate what I'm talking about, I have an example of one of the transactions that we worked on recently. Our seller received 7 cash offers within the first 24 hours of our property going live on the market. There was no need for staging or professional photography. We didn't even hold an open house. And ultimately, our client sold her home for $1.2 million, which was 20% above the asking price. And yes, there was an escalation clause in the contract. We've seen a lot of changes in the luxury real estate market throughout 2023. These changes have set the stage for what is to come in 2025. With tech billionaires continuing to lead the market, their preferences have a significant impact on where and how we live, work, and play. Their focus on sustainability, community, and work-life balance reflects a shift towards a more conscious and integrated approach to real estate development. As the world becomes increasingly digitalized, the opportunities for innovation and creativity in real estate are abundant. Tech billionaires are at the forefront of this movement, shaping the future of the industry and setting new standards for excellence. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in my new video tomorrow. Take care.